Anthony Edwards is quietly moving up the ranks of shooting guards in the NBA this season. He's averaging 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are 24-9 and first in the West. Anthony Edwards has been a big part of their early success. But how did we get to this point? Where did he get his start? This is the come-up story of Anthony Edwards. The story of Anthony Edwards starts on August 5th, 2001 in Atlanta, Georgia. Edwards had a rough childhood as his grandmother and mother died from cancer early in his 8th grade year in 2015. After that, he was raised mostly by his brother and sister. He was always an athlete growing up, and he started his basketball journey at Thorell High School. He always wore the number 5 to honor his grandmother and mother because they both passed away on the 5th of the month, which is a heartwarming tribute. Once Edwards started to see success, he transferred to Holy Spirit Prep School. By the end of his senior year, he was averaging 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. He was a consensus 5-star recruit, 4th on the ESPN Top 100, and McDonald's All-American, USA Today All-USA First Team, and was a member of the Jordan Brand Classic. Scouts were salivating at his high levels of athleticism and shot making, and as a result, he was offered by a majority of the blue blood schools such as Kentucky and UNC. He also received offers from Florida State and Kansas, but he decided to sign with the Georgia Bulldogs for a couple of reasons. 1, it was close to home, and 2, he wanted to play for head coach Tom Crean, who coached 2 of his favorite players, Victor Oladipo and Dwayne Wade. So, it was an easy decision for Edwards. In his freshman season at Georgia, Edwards lived up to the hype. In 32 games, he averaged 19.1 points, 5.2 boards, 2.8 assists, and 1.3 steals per game. In his debut, he scored 24 points, grabbed 9 boards, and had 4 steals. His 24 points were the most points scored in a debut game at Georgia since Dominique Wilkins in the 1979-1980 season. At the Maui Invitational against third-ranked Michigan State, Edwards posted 37 points, including 33 in the second half, 6 boards, 4 steals, and 3 blocks in a close loss. He scored 30 points 3 times that season and was the leader in the entire SEC in field goal attempts with 505. Unfortunately for Edwards and all college basketball athletes that year, the NCAA tournament was canceled, so he was not able to show his skills on the biggest stage. When his freshman season was all said and done, he was awarded SEC Rookie of the Year, was second team All-SEC, and was a finalist for the Jerry West Award, which is given to the best shooting guard in the nation. He was a consensus top 2 pick in the NBA draft and decided to declare for the draft, and the Minnesota Timberwolves made him the first player from Georgia to be selected number 1 overall in the NBA draft. In Minnesota, Edwards was given the starting role very early on in his career, but in his debut he had 15 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, in 25 minutes of action. After his rookie season, everyone could see the potential, as he scored a career-high 42 points against the Phoenix Suns and averaged 19.3 points, 4.7 boards, and 2.9 assists for the season. Good enough to earn him a spot on the All-Rookie First Team, but came up just short of the Rookie of the Year award to LaMelo Ball. In his second season, Edwards improved all of his numbers across the board, with averages of 21.3 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game. But it was in the playoffs when he started to show that he was indeed that guy. In his first ever playoff game, Edwards scored 36 points, putting him tied for 4th all-time for points scored in a first playoff game. He is also tied for the youngest player on that list with Derrick Rose. Although the Wolves lost in 6 games to the Grizzlies, Edwards had himself a great series with averages of 25.1 points, 4.2 boards, and 3 assists per game, and shot 40.4% from deep, putting the rest of the league on notice. Last season, Edwards took the leap and was named an NBA All-Star, increasing his numbers across the board again, with averages of 24.6 points, 5.8 boards, 4.4 assists, and 1.6 steals per game. He scored a season-high 44 points against the Rockets and scored 30 or more 24 times, putting him amongst the top scorers in the league, and Edwards has once again upped his level of play in the playoffs last season. He averaged 31.6 points, 5.2 boards, 5 assists, 1.8 steals, and 2 blocks a game against the Nuggets. Barring injury, there is no reason why Edwards won't continue to improve his numbers and be a perennial all-star for years to come. And don't be surprised if you hear his name in the top 3 shooting guards in the league as we move forward. Thank you all for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.